So there's some text on this board here, so we just look at each one of them. Alright? Now, please, just someone, okay, but let's read these two. Yes, read these two. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 13 and verse 23. Read those two.
Proverbs 10, verse 13 and 23. Right? And that's waiting for everybody to find it, right? Right, and it reads, in the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding.
Just the first part, in the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found. In other words, when the person who has a comprehension of reality, when he is speaking, is wisdom he's speaking, because he's speaking based upon a comprehension of reality. So whatever knowledge, whatever instruction, whatever information he's giving you, it is wise based upon his understanding of reality. Right?
Very good. Right. 23 now, right? It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom.
A man of understanding hath wisdom. In other words, if you have a comprehension of reality, you have wisdom, because you at least understand what is reality. This is reality. Watch it. Someone walking the Potter's Field and they're standing up on any particular street in Potter's Field, and they're observing people walking up and down, and they're watching women who walk in carelessly with their handbags. Person say, alright, I will snatch a bag and I will run back to Broadway. When I run down Broadway, of course, go into gates, get up and say, Broadway Road, get up and say, go somewhere. Guys, according to him, that is reality. According to God, this is reality. It so happened, I will have a police vehicle coming down South Key to the Broadway. So the guy is standing here on Frederick Street or standing somewhere, he snatched somebody back and he's running down Broadway. And the alarm was raised, thief, hold him, he snatched my bag. And the police confronted him. Of course, his reality has changed. You understand what I'm saying? His reality, his comprehension of reality is completely changed. God's comprehension of reality, that is one that established, because they are apprehended. And the only place he can run is to the central police station. They are going to be cell there and go to the mansion.
And learn of reality.
Right. In other words, so here he has an idea of reality, but his reality is based upon false information. And because it won't always happen. You may take the person back and you get away today. You may take the person back and you don't get away at all. But reality is this. If I don't take the person back and I work for my money, I will be able to acquire what I want by the use of God. That is reality. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the identify that when someone has understanding, 23 says, it is sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. If you have understanding, you are wise. You will know what to do and what to do, how to accomplish things, and how to prevent things, how to stay away from things. Because you will know there's reality and there's a way to attain to reality. Yes?
Then we could say that wisdom, one of the functions of wisdom is to establish doorkeeping.
Well, amen.
Because since it contains faith, and one of the functions of faith is to establish doorkeeping, and wisdom is that faith, and it must have works that must be done lawfully. Then wisdom, one of the functions of it is to establish doorkeeping.
So you have faith and you have words. In other words, the words come from the faith produces the words. Alright? Okay. Proverbs. Again. 14, verse 8 and verse 23. Anybody can read. Anybody can read.
Proverbs chapter 14 verse 8 and then verse 33 it says, the wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit.
Right? The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way. The wisdom of the prudent, someone is prudent, and his wisdom is to understand his way. In other words, look at this today with me. Reality. In this universe, there are two realities. Creation and the creator. But I am creation. Creator is responsible for creation. So if I have to understand my way, I better know this is my place. I am creation. I came in a long succession of human beings. There are human beings before me, I am here, and there are human beings after me, for however long that is. And human beings have lived, some have lived righteously, some have lived unrighteously, and they die. But there's a reward for the righteous, and there's a punishment for the wicked. So wisdom will tell me, let me understand my way, so that I will know and have assurance that I will be rewarded and not be punished. This is reality. That is reality. As long as it may be, you will either be rewarded or you will either be punished. So the wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way and alter or to continue there.
And you can actually see that with Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6, where it says, trust in Yahweh with all thy heart and lean not unto thine own understanding.
In all thy ways acknowledge him,
and he shall direct thy path. So it's showing the way of the prudent, which is wisdom, is the way of Yahweh, which is the way of the sanctuary, which is the way of the commandments.
Alright, so go ahead, 33.
And verse 33. Wisdom resteth in the heart of him that hath understanding, but that which is in the midst of fools is vain.
No. Wisdom rested in the heart of him that hath understanding. Somehow, as rightly when I read Proverbs chapter 4, he said, wisdom is the principal thing, and with all I get understanding. Somehow, they seem to be good buddies. Wisdom and understanding and knowledge, they seem to be very good friends. Okay? In other words, none of them will have any problem. Because this reality, and based upon reality, they do these things. Yes. Right? It seems that they are hand in glove, so hand in hand. Right? Okay. Now, other text. Proverbs 18:4. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 4. Yes. Of course.
I like this one.
You like that one? Okay.
Right, Proverbs 18. Right, so Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 4, right? The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook.
Explain. Look a little. You like that one?
Yes, yes. Well, Christ said when he bless men, or when men are justified and they are continuing in sanctification, he is the wellspring, but in that man there will be a wellspring also. And the wellspring is Christ. So the wisdom that you have here, and as you speak, your words would be deep waters, meaning that you would have, how to say, weighty things to say based on the matters of reality. You will be able to say solid things based on reality. But you would always be able to comprehend with all men and to be able to say something based on all matters in all things. And that is where the flowing brook comes from what I understand.
But just give this historical and social background where they didn't have any water and sewage company in those particular times. It had waters where you had to go by the brooks or go by the well to get water. And it was precious. Precious. In other words, you couldn't just open a tap and water comes unless you can do some kind of apparatus there. So when someone gets water, it was a precious commodity, both for themselves and for their crops and their farming and stuff like that. And he says, the words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, meaning waters are so deep that they just keep drawing, and they're still getting more. You understand? You're just drawing, and they're still getting more. And it says, and the wellsprings of wisdom as a flowing brook. In other words, water constantly flowing. In other words, you have a never-ending, so to speak, supply of water that they can get through whatever they have to do. Right? So that is the picture. When you contrast that, like as I said, some people in Trinidad and Tobago, they don't have water for a week, or some people more. And it is a problem with them. Some people have water in abundance. In this particular situation, they anciently, waters were precious. You understand? And then he's saying he's compared the words of a wise man as those kind of things. Right? Right. Now, next one. Proverbs 24 verse 3. Proverbs 24 verse 3. That's good.
Proverbs 24 verse 3 says, "Through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established."
Right? So again, you see the importance of wisdom. Through wisdom, you build a house. And you establish it by understanding. In other words, there's a unity between wisdom and understanding. And of course, knowledge also there. In other words, you're going to build a house, you must have some knowledge, you must have some understanding. And you establish it based upon those sort of things. Right, remember? Yes, brother.
And this is the building of the house. Matthew 28 verse 19 and 20.
Matthew chapter.
And this is the purpose of using wisdom. This is the purpose of being wise. It says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." In other words, like I said before, the ultimate purpose of wisdom is to build church. In other words, you're bringing in people so that they too will get salvation. Because what is the purpose of having faith without works? So the works part of it would not just keep the understanding and knowledge in you. You will go and you will bring others to salvation. Teach them the salvific words, which is the faith. You want to bring them into an understanding so that they too could get life or justification. That is the ultimate purpose, I would say.
Amen. No one denied your purpose. Okay, now, in Proverbs chapter 3, and how I presented this study last week is slightly different from how I presented it this week. I went through chapter by chapter from chapter 1, but it's completely different this week. But just go back to Proverbs chapter 3, something that I read last week. And we read from verse 13 to verse 20. All of them were read last week. We read those particular things. Still coming back again to the importance of wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Remember what Proverbs 23 verse 23 said, the first text I quoted, "Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding." Get those things and don't dispense with it. Don't dispense with it. You know, if you have treasure and a thief comes to steal something, and I say a treasure, probably your grandparents or your parents give you something, and the person wants to take this, so go just leave it with this, take it. And when they do so, they see one little trinket that you have here, and they see one set of money here. And they say, well, take the money, go ahead, take the car, but let's leave it with this one. This have memories and all that. Because he said, well, no, I don't want the money, I don't want the car, I want this little thing. And then they would want to sort of protect this, because to you, this is more valuable than the other particular thing. Well, let us say if we can put wisdom like this particularly. We must be in a situation that if it comes to you're giving up wisdom or you're losing your life, you must be in such a way to say, I would rather lose my life than give up wisdom. Okay? Right, because wisdom give it life to them to have it. Okay, so we read it from verse 13, chapter 3, from verse 13 to verse 20, showing you this. as I said last week, that even God, in his construction of the heavens and the earth, he used wisdom, he used understanding, and he used knowledge. And if God do that when he was constructing heaven and earth, the better we get wisdom, better we get understanding, and we get knowledge in constructing our characters. Because it's something so complex as the heavens and the earth and all its creation, God needed wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Us with just formation of character should inculcate wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to do the same thing. Right, brethren? From verse 13 to verse 20, Proverbs chapter 3. And Solomon says this: you want to be happy? You know, the time to be happy is now. The place to be happy is here. Okay. And the thing to be happy with is what? Right? So the time to be happy is now. The place to be happy is here. And the thing to be happy with is? Alright, so that's what he said. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. In other words, you have a torchlight, you have a flambeau, you have a lamp. Whatever you have and you do so when you're searching, and you get wisdom, you can afford to drop the light, grab the wisdom, and hold the wisdom. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because wisdom is the important thing. So he said, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth a comprehension of reality or understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. If you compare wisdom and those precious commodities, you see wisdom outvalue all of them together. You understand? You put a price on gold, you put a price on silver, but wisdom is priceless. You can't put a price on wisdom. Verse 15. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. You see what she's offering you first? In her right hand is what? Length of days. And in her left hand is riches and honor. In other words, she offers you length of days. And then she gives you riches and honor. Because if you don't have length of days, you can't enjoy the riches and honor. So she's giving you life first, then she will give you riches and honor. It don't necessarily mean they came at the same time, right? One could come today and next one could come next month, or next year, or in eternity. Alright? But it's still so. So you have length of days on the right hand, and in the left, riches and honor. Verse 17. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. So he began with happy. If you find it, you will be happier if you retain it. You understand? So happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and then the last verse was 18. Happy is everyone that retain her. This goes back to what was said in Proverbs 23:23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Retain it. Keep it. Don't depart from it. Now, verse 19 and verse 20. And this is what is said here. Yahweh, by wisdom, has founded the earth. So the earth that you and I standing upon here, it was based upon God having wisdom causing to find the earth. Yahweh, by wisdom, hath founded the earth. By understanding, hath he established the heavens. And by his knowledge, the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. So look, he gave you a whole process there. And based upon that process that is taking place, wisdom had its part to play, understanding had its part to play, and knowledge had its part to play. Right? So it's important, if we want to be part of this whole scheme of reality, that we get wisdom, we get understanding, and we get knowledge that we can make a contribution. Failure to do that, we can make a contribution, but not a real contribution, not a lasting contribution. A contribution that will bring destruction to us and to everyone who has been influenced by the evil contribution that we have made in society. Right? Simple. Yes, sister.
While it says,
Yeah.
Where in Psalm 119, where God say, blessed are the unwise in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. Wisdom has to do with who walk in the ways of the Lord, right? And also it says, verse 26, I have declared my ways and thou heardest me, teach me thy statutes. So here the wisdom, with Psalms, like teach him, or teach us thy statutes. And here I look at Job 38, where the Lord is asking Job, the Lord answered Job out of the wilderness, who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up the loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. So here, what challenging Job, the plain mountain, who is this that darkeneth counsel without knowledge? So this is the goal of God, and may He enlighten us as we proceed.
Amen. Amen. Yes, Sister Deb. And by the way, let's go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16. Yes, sister.
why did it say by wisdom or from wisdom?
Why did it say by wisdom he formed the earth?
Or through wisdom he formed the earth.
Why did it say through wisdom he formed the earth? Okay. Okay. Anybody want to make an input?
I can let Brother Minnie
Huh? Anybody? There's a fun church here. Let me see. There's a few seats are empty there. There's a few seats are empty there. There's a few seats. Why did it say through wisdom what from the earth? But just turn to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16. Just read that. Come to your question, right, Sister Deb? 16:16. Proverbs 16:16. No, I'll read verse 15 and verse 16. Proverbs 16, verse 15 and verse 16. Continue with me. And hear what it says. In the life of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as the cloud of the latter rain. So the king's favor is something pleasant to the person. So if you like the king's favor, and if you like the king's countenance, that it brings life and blessing towards you, listen to verse 16. So he says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. So here again, in harmony with what was said in chapter 3, he compares wisdom as more valuable than gold. Wisdom is more valuable than silver. And of course in Proverbs 3 he did identify that wisdom is more valuable than rubies or precious stones. So wisdom is valuable. Okay? So now, why did God say wisdom? He had founded the earth. I'm just moving my hand from the left. Okay, one person put up the hand. So I'm moving my hand this way. Two persons put up the hand. Brother.
Okay, well, my little input in it is, we have to remember that when God founded the earth, remember the great controversy was transpiring in heaven already. Right? And we are told in the book of Daniel chapter 12 that the wise shall turn many unto righteousness. So the wisdom of God in fact in founding the earth have to do with the contributing factor in turning many unto him whose righteousness in the great controversy. So it really takes the wisdom of God to battle the arguments of Satan. So I just say let me throw it that from that angle. Right?
So as we identify wisdom as we identify wisdom as the word of God, or the knowledge, or the faith, the revelation of God, right? I'll just quickly read just 2 scriptures, right? The first is in Hebrews chapter 1, sorry. Verse 8 and 10. And we'll compare with Psalms 33, right? It says here, but unto the Son he said, thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. And verse 10, and thou, Lord, in the beginning hast laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the works of thine hand. Right? So we know the scripture identifies when it says Christ has wisdom, because Christ is the revelation of God, the word of God, right? And in Psalms 33, it says here, I read verse 6. By the word of Yahweh were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them by the breath of his mouth. Right? Verse 8 and 9. Let all the earth fear Yahweh, and all the inhabitants of the world stand before him. Why? For he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. So we see wisdom as the word of God, the revelation of God. And how did God form the heavens and the earth? He spake, and it was so. So he sent forth his word, his spirit, and so forth, it was created. That by wisdom, God established the foundations of the earth, by understanding. So.
Okay. Well, what I can say as it pertains to wisdom, as explained, is faith and works. And wisdom is important. And God, in his scripture, is telling people, get wisdom. As Solomon said, wisdom is the principal thing. So if all you're getting, get wisdom. And get understanding and get knowledge. So, if he's showing you how important wisdom is, how valuable wisdom is. Wisdom is to be chosen above every other thing. He would show us that God, when he was doing his work of creation, he had to use wisdom. So if God used wisdom, we're supposed to use wisdom. So in the context of what it says here, God, through wisdom, he had founded the earth. I see it's important to show that God had a knowledge, God had a faith, God had works, and he demonstrated that in his works of creation. Not being, I am love, I am love, I am love, I am love, and he's demonstrated that he is love. Because someone could say, I am love here. And if there's no one to demonstrate his love to, he alone will actually be love. If he has people there, we have creation there, and he say, I am love, I am love, I am love, I am love, and not demonstrating that, all they will know is that he is saying he is love. They didn't know that he is love. You understand? According to the scripture. So I see in that here is a demonstration of his wisdom, or demonstration of the faith and works, what he's telling people that they need to get with. Right? What we know? Wisdom. And then I'll just give a summary because
I was thinking about the question my sister asked, right? And I was looking at Yahweh by wisdom and from the age, right? And you're saying that, so I was asking, I was looking at Yahweh using faith to found the age. How it is he went about following the age, and if you look at Hebrews 11, there's a string. You look at the text and you see that through faith we understand that the world will frame through the word of God. So just to show that it's true faith God created the world from the world using the true faith.
But then, and then, okay.
There are two
Hebrew words for wisdom. I'm saying, right? You have one called Shakam, right? And in the Greek it is Sophia, right?
Yeah.
Also, in Hebrew you have the term Tushia, which may be rendered effectual working or wisdom. Effectual working. Some wondering if, so in other words, it's wisdom by effectual working and the wisdom that we are talking about here. But they are both interrelated. But one is to show the effectual working of God, which is how he created the world then. And then the other one is just as we are using it. But still related, because obviously God is the, endless source of faith or knowledge, right? So obviously there's some knowledge in order to create this universe. Because and as a matter of fact, anybody who understands how this universe is created, and even the smallest element, an atom, Albert Einstein died trying to understand the most simple of equations. So obviously faith, all faith, knowledge, and also secular knowledge comes from God. So that's the way I'm saying it. So the two terms, there's two Hebrew words for wisdom.
Yeah.
One is just to show creation here, and the other one.
Okay. Okay, now, without continuing, and I really want to continue this next week by the grace of God. So, as I said, the way I presented previous study is different from how I presented it this week, while I give a chapter breakdown. Well, I have all of it here. Where we had stopped in chapter 3 last week, I think we stopped in chapter 3. When we come to chapter 4, we just have a lifelong pilgrimage. In other words, you begin with wisdom and you end with wisdom, a whole journey. And it breaks down that which you can't read. And then when we come to chapter 5, it have the wisdom about marriage, where you have the seductress, and as I said before, when you read the scripture and the talk Solomon speak about women, so likewise they can apply it to men. Because it is not just only the perverted woman go after men, but the perverted man go after women. So it's how it's swing on both sides. So if you want to put it, while you say seductress or the evil woman is like this and it's like that, the evil man also is like that. Because evil men go after women, evil women go after men. So it's in that particular sense. In one sense, it's also applied to the true church and the false church. Okay? So in chapter 5, wisdom about marriage, and then the breakdown, you have the seductress. You have the price of unchastity. Because if someone is unchaste, and I'm using it generally, both for applying to male and female, if someone is unchaste, there's a whole set of trouble attached with that. Right? And then the last part of chapter 5, fidelity is better than, fidelity is the better part. Because it says, let's just certify 5, from verse 15 to verse 20. Just 5, 15 to 20. Right? I'll give you all this about the woman and whatnot. Just verse 15 to 22. Hear what he says. He says, drink water out of thine own cistern, that is Proverbs chapter 5 from verse 15. And running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the street. Let them be only thine own, and no strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, or strange man, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of men are before the eyes of Yahweh, and he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be fallen with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instructions, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. So just identify here, fidelity is the better part. You are married to someone, just stay with this person. And if you're not married, well, there are a whole host of unmarried people out there, you can get married by the grace of God. But that is provided the will of God, right? So it's not just a free fall at all. Providing the will of God, they can get married, right? But just be faithful to your partner. You are married to Christ Jesus, and you better be faithful to him. You better be faithful to him. And married people need to be faithful to Jesus, and unmarried people need to be faithful to Jesus. Right, brethren? So it just shows you that fidelity is the better part. And I really wanted to go further with explain a little bit. Right? But by the grace of God, these instructions and these counsels is for every one of us. Whether we read Proverbs chapter 1 once, or 100 times, or 1,000 times, it always have instructions there to give you. Right? Because obedience don't get weary. If we get weary obeying, obedience always obey. Let us not be weary doing righteous things. Let us not be weary doing obedience to the law of God, because there's always blessing at the end. For the righteous worker, there is a reward, and for the iniquity worker, there is punishment. There's something in Revelation chapter 7 that someone drew to my attention. Just look at this, huh? The angel is saying, the angel that came from the east is saying, hold, 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 until I have seen the servants of God in their forehead. So whether we like it or not,
What is saying?
no. We are prepared, or we are holding back the angel from releasing the powers. Right? Yes, God is sealing, but we are holding back the angels from releasing the powers to block on the face of the earth. You understand me? Brethren, let us be serious and let us be prepared. Because the angel said to the four angels, hold, hold until I have sealed. So they have been holding there until people are sealed. So anytime the people are sealed, the powers will be let loose. So we, by our indecisiveness and our 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 2 feet forward and 1 foot backward, are holding the angels from releasing the four winds and blow upon the face of the earth. Let us resolve in our hearts to go all the way, so that the winds can come all the way. Right, brethren? It's not, in other words, not good things in store. Real good things. Just imagine the winds blowing and people losing their heads, people losing their lives. But all that simply means that they're going home. You understand what I mean? If people losing their heads, people losing their lives, it simply means they're going home. That's all it means. Alright?
But as well,
yes, brother.
You know, I was watching one of the clips from Barcelona presentation. In particular, hail, a shower of hail. And that thing was very intense. It was so intense that I started to think, if that is so intense now, what about the real thing that is to come? I mean, it is the hardest shower of hail I saw. You know, it is like rain, a real heavy shower of rain, but the raindrop is large, like the size of the hail itself. And I said, wow, if that thing is so intense now, and that is just a foretaste. You can imagine what is coming in here.
That thing just sound like bullets. When you find it, something like bullets.
I saw a guy running, and he's running, and I said, but they're hitting him. Who said that? No. All in his head, you get it. You get it all on his shoulder and so on.
Right? So, brethren, we need to be prepared. We need to devote our lives and our existence to this truth. Yeah, I remember telling someone this week, doing some work, and I said, in this area, this is not school books and book bag. This is serious business. You can get damage here. Brethren, we can lose our lives in this particular thing. And we ought to lose our lives for Christ Jesus. We ought to lose our lives in order that we may embrace wisdom. Let us do all that we can do by the grace of God to bring Christ Jesus back to the earth. Put away every little petty thing that exalts itself above the knowledge of Christ Jesus. Because in reality, it isn't reality. It may attempt to exalt exalt itself above the knowledge of Christ, but in reality, it cannot exalt itself above the knowledge of Christ. Because, in other words, if the knowledge can come here, God is here. And if it can come here, God is here. And the higher it can go, it can go. I remember in Greek mythology, there was this guy who had some wax wings. And he liked to exalt himself. And he was flying and flying, and he's flying higher than the birds, and he's flying and he's flying and flying. Until someone, well, you can't fly so high and you can't fly so high, and he decided to fly high and he fly close to the sun. And of course, he just came down fast. Okay? And he was unable to fly anymore because the sun melted his wax wings. Okay? He that exalted himself shall be abased. And if the sun was here, what is right up there? Okay? So let us know our place by the grace of God. Right? Okay, now we can close off to the word. Okay? Bow our heads, close our eyes. Dear Father and God in heaven, we glorify thee and thank thee, O dear Father, knowing that thou in thy creation of this universe use wisdom, use understanding, and use knowledge. And the creation, O dear Father, of heavenly characters, Christ-centered character, we need, O dear Father, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. And since it is made available through thy grace and through thy mercy, through the plan of salvation, let us all come to the table that we can partake thereof, O dear Father. Let us be able to live holy, let us be able to live sin-free, let us be able to testify that thou alone art God, in the earth beneath and in the heavens above. Bless us towards the salvational end. As we end this section of the study and we are prepared for the other section of today's service, we ask for nothing short but a continued blessing towards us through no other name but in the name of Christ Jesus the righteous. Amen.